We're going to start with Jack Potvin. Born and raised in New Hampshire in Derry, Jack is an accomplished serial entrepreneur and technology executive with a passion for helping young people live happier and maximize lives. Professionally, Jack leads the product team at Sports Visio, an innovative AI startup, and is also the founder and executive director of Project Happy. Personally, he is a lifelong competitive basketball player, and some of Jack's other passions include surfing, skiing, and EDM house music. Jack?
John, thank you, I appreciate it. Hello folks, super excited to be here. Just gotta stay in my place here. But yeah, very excited to be here. Had the fortune of coming to last year's event. Hopefully we'll be coming for many years to come if Jay has me. So yeah, really excited to talk today about my nonprofit Project Happy and the work we've done. We actually have 2 Project Happy board members in the room, so Jay and David. So very excited and thankful that they're here and have been a great support of us in the past. So yeah, feel free to. I don't know if I have a clicker or not. But. Thanks, Jay. Awesome. So really what we're trying to do at Project Happy is help young people get connected. So we all know the numbers. Far too many of our young people are facing depression, anxiety. Third leading cause of death among teens today is suicide, right? So we have some serious, unfortunate problems with our youth. End of the day, I'm really optimistic, right? And we do have these really terrible problems, but we also have these, awesome resources that can really empower us to uplift youth and really help kind of turn these, rather unfortunate statistics around. One of those is an idea a friend of mine had a couple years ago. Feel free, Virginia, if you go to the next slide, if you don't mind. Was Project Happy. So I grew up volunteering, always really loved getting involved, and whether it was through kind of National Honor Society, getting involved with the Boys and Girls Club, getting involved with local soup kitchen in town, really brought a lot of value to me in terms of just meeting different people from all walks of life, having the opportunity to give back, experience that positive altruistic feeling, and honestly was kind of something that I hadn't really experienced in any other whether through school or other factions, right? And so what, I knew that personally, right? I was able to have that positive experience with volunteering, but a lot of my friends didn't volunteer, and they hadn't kind of had that same fortunate experience that I did. And so we really wanted to try to see what can we do to get more young people involved, and I ended up doing a bunch of research, talking with a couple hundred students about why didn't they volunteer. And it wasn't just like youth didn't want to volunteer or anything of that nature. It was more so they just didn't really know how, they didn't know the path. I know personally when I tried to volunteer at places when I was a student, you might sign up, so you have to pick up the phone, call them, try to find a time, right? Say something comes up, you might have to reschedule, and then say you finally do show up, and then at the door, you're about to go, do good, you want to try to give back, it's not like getting paid or anything like that as a student, right? And then they tell you, oh, sorry, we didn't know you were a student, we don't accept students. So that's happened to you multiple times. And again, if you're a young person, you try to go through all this effort to get involved, and then you're told at the door, sorry, right? It's kind of demoralizing. So what we did, and I come from a background of building software, so I kind of thought, and I was like, okay, we want young people to volunteer and get involved. There's all of these barriers. Have a pretty high confidence that this is something that we can definitely build and put together from a software standpoint. So let's put those 2 together and let's build a resource for young people to get involved and make that clean path between a student who wants to do good and a nonprofit who needs the help and is excited about a student coming to help them. So yeah, there's a couple slides you can click through there. So really kind of the 3 key things that Project Happy offers is we meaningfully reconnect young people to the community, we're simplifying and improving that volunteer process, and we're really helping eliminate a lot of those barriers. So hundreds of conversations with students, as a student myself trying to volunteer, and we really tailored this platform that we built to make it easier for everyone, right? And to really kind of eliminate a lot of those barriers. So, if we go to the next one, thank you. This slide I found is kind of helpful. People are a little confused about, so we are a nonprofit, helping nonprofits, helping students, right? So this diagram is really helpful in terms of, for students, we're just an easy place for them to locally volunteer. For schools, we're helping their students have a clean pathway to the community. You gotta think, National Honor Society, all of these sports groups, right? Like, there's all of these groups that are volunteering, but the only opportunities they might know about are just from referrals or from friends. So they might not know about the best opportunities in their community. So we're really a big help for schools as well. There's actually all these studies about how much volunteering actually improves academic performance, which is kind of interesting. But then, yeah, corporate sponsors that we kind of talked briefly about, they're excited, and I'll talk more about kind of sponsorship a little bit and kind of how we got funded as a nonprofit. But they're really excited because they get to be seen positively by thousands of local young people, right? And that's an opportunity that New Hampshire's employers in particular are very excited to try to take advantage of because we have a struggle with young talent in our state, as we know. And maybe we have a workforce development board later, so I'm sure we'll kind of hear more about. And just wanted to quickly show the platform. So on this side, you'll see this is kind of what our student-facing homepage looks like. So there's a couple of things. One, it's really easy to search. You enter your zip code and the number of miles you want to travel to volunteer, and it's that easy. A bunch of opportunities show up, and then you can just show up and do good, sign up with the organization, and find one that you're actually passionate about. So we have some filters. Say you're passionate about veterinarian or animals, right? Or say you're passionate about veteran services, right? Like you can actually filter by what you're passionate about. We also have some other aspects on that page of total hours of good done. So instead of how many likes did you get on a selfie on Instagram, how about how many hours of good have you done in your community, right? So we're really trying to make this positive behavior change. Instead of having metrics that are bad and detrimental, trying to build things that are uplifting, meaningful, and fulfilling. And then this is just look at the nonprofit side. So we are, technically a marketplace, right? We're connecting students who want to do good to nonprofits who need help. And so we have a full interface for nonprofits. And the big value of the Project Capital platform, not just do we connect, but we actually automatically track their hours. So we have, right now, when I was a student, I had to pen and paper track all of my hours for all my different groups, right? And it's a pain. And they're unverified. Unless you go to the nonprofit on paper and have them sign every single one and it's just, it's an aged process, right? So yeah, basically our platform tracks and verifies all those hours automatically. You can download a verified PDF for college applications or kind of various other causes. So now they have a tactical value for that good they've done as well, in addition to all the experiences they gained. So for me, I'm very much an analytical guy. I like to kind of look at numbers and fact and try to understand, how can we solve true roots of problems. It's great to go by kind of intuition and spirit, but also if you compare that intuition and spirit with hard data, right? In fact, it's really a powerful duo. So once I started diving into the overall impact of volunteering, right? We kind of have some quick high-level stats here, but 95% of people who volunteer say that it enriches their sense of purpose in life. That is a ridiculous number that you can have that impact, particularly for students who are suffering from kind of all of these things. It just, compared to other solutions, whether it be, pharmaceutical or kind of these other options that people have to treat depression, this is a lot better, in my opinion, and statistically, it's actually, incredibly effective. So the issue, though, is that less than a quarter of teens today volunteer. So we have this amazing thing that can help our young people, but not nearly enough people are doing it. So that was really what kind of drove me to connect those dots and to see, okay, we have this crisis, this kind of mental health crisis, and just really an overall happiness crisis, as I like to call it. And we have this technology that can easily make people's lives so much easier. Let's just kind of hopefully bring it all together. And we've been fortunate with with our program and with the support of great folks like you all today. We've been able to launch a full platform live, so our software platform's live. Used at a handful of high schools today. A couple hundred students are using it. Over 35 nonprofits in our state are using it. And you can feel free to go to the next slide if you don't mind, Virginia. Thank you very much. I've been able to go and speak with schools, speak with students in person. Was able to go to Interlakes, who I don't think Mike's here today, but is involved in some other Sunshine projects as well with the Greater Meredith Project. And we were able to go to their school and speak to their whole student about volunteering and entrepreneurship and getting involved. And that was a blast. And the students asked phenomenal questions, so it was really cool for them. I think, usually when volunteering is pitched to young people, it might be by people in their 50s or 40s. And I think it from what I've seen, for people that are their age, that are, kind of talk like them and sound like them, it's really impactful. So hopefully this fall, as we have a full state launch, that's something I'm hoping to do, far more frequently. And Braden's actually our partnership intern, so he's going to be helping us do that as well. We also were able to raise some money. So again, we're a nonprofit, right? So we're fortunate we were able to get a few corporate sponsors together. We were able to win a few grants as well as a few entrepreneurship competitions. And that was enough for us to get a lean, minimum viable product together and eventually actually get our full product launched a couple months ago. And now, fortunately, we actually just received funding to help build a mobile experience as well. So to take that, user experience for students a step further, not just is it going to be kind of a web browser experience, but they're also going to be able to go on their phone, open an app, and do good as well. So. Yeah, that's primarily what I had. It's just an intro to Project Happy. Would absolutely love to answer any questions or to talk more about it, but just to hear the support that we've had for the program and just to see the impact it's had on young people and just opening that door to the community to them has been fantastic and incredibly fulfilling and super excited to be here. And yeah, thank you all very much for coming.